There's a dimension of this that I find people bring up to me a lot and is interesting, is that processing of information. So compared to, spy games between the Soviet Union and the United States, we all just have a lot more data now. Mm-hmm. We have all the satellite data. Mm-hmm. Obviously we will not eavesdrop on each other, but obviously we eavesdrop on each other and have all these kinds of things coming in. And I'm told by people who know this better than I do that there's just a huge choke point of human beings and their, currently fairly rudimentary programs analyzing that data. And that there's a view that what it would mean to have these truly intelligent systems that are able to inhale that and do pattern recognition is a much more significant change in the balance of power than people outside this understand.
Yeah, I think we were pretty public about this. And the president signed a national security memorandum, which is basically the national security equivalent of an executive order that says this is a fundamental area of importance for the United States. I don't even know the amount of satellite images that the United States collects every single day, but it's a huge amount. And we have been public about the fact that we simply do not have enough humans to go through all of this satellite imagery, and it would be a terrible job if we did. And there is a role for AI in going through these images of hotspots around the world, of shipping lines and all of that, and analyzing them in an automated way and surfacing the most interesting and important ones for human review. And I think at one level you can look at this and say, well, it doesn't software just do that. And I think that at some level, of course, is true. At another level, you could say the more capable that software, the more capable the automation of that analysis, the more intelligence advantage you extract from that data. And that ultimately leads to a better position for the United States.
I think the first and second order consequences of that are also striking. One thing it implies is that in a world where you have strong AI, the incentive for spying goes up. Because if right now we are choked at the point of we are collecting more data than we can analyze, well, then each marginal piece of data we're collecting isn't that valuable.
I think that's basically true. I think there's two countervailing aspects to it. The first is you need to have it. I firmly believe you need to have rights and protections that hopefully are pushing back and saying, no, there's key kinds of data here, including data on your own citizens that, and in some cases citizens of allied nations, that you should not collect, even if there's an incentive to collect it. And for all of the flaws of the United States intelligence oversight process and all the debates we could have about this, that I think is fundamentally more important for the reason you suggest in the era of tremendous AI systems.